Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Yup.
Just got revealed. I'm trying not to be super hyped for this. I want to put a disclaimer out there. I've never played an Assassin's Creed game. Actually, I take that back. I played Assassin's Creed. Which one was American Revolution? Is that 2? 3. I played a handful of hours of 3. Didn't finish it. That's the only Assassin's Creed game that I have played. But I don't know. Stealth, assassins, ninjas, feudal Japan, 1579. You can play as a fucking samurai. I'm in.
And you can also play as the timeline correct Black Samurai?
Yes, the legendary African samurai.
Indeed.
So this is set in feudal Japan in 1579. It's complete with samurai, shinobi, Portuguese merchants, Jesuit missionaries. So essentially, if you liked, loved, jerked off to Shogun, the series, this is a game for you. That's the vibe I got from this. For the first time, you can play as a historical figure in one of these games. You can play as Yasuke. I'm probably saying that wrong. Go fuck yourselves. That is a legendary African samurai, and you can also play as again.
Naui.
I'm gonna say this wrong. Naui? Oh, thank God. You saved me, sir.
Yasuke and Naui. You got it.
Which she is more of a swift, agile shinobi who kind of falls more in line with like the traditional Assassin's Creed protagonist. They're going more for stealth in this game, considering the era and the setting. So they're trying to put the assassin back in Assassin's Creed.
Yes.
How about that? It's only been
And
fucking
then
100 times.
the African samurai, he's more of like the I'm going to fuck people up kind of character. So that's where your more robust combat system is going to come into play. Each character, and the best way I can describe this is, because the question I had was, okay, are they going to, can I just pick one and just play the entire game as that one? No, it's going to be like Spider-Man 2, where each one has a set, like you have to play as this character for a specific quest. But beyond that, you can play as whichever one you want.
Oh.
So it's just like Spider-Man 2. The game does have dynamic world shit going on. So dynamic lighting, destruction. The real world progresses through seasons and weather, which will impact the gameplay. So if it's like winter and there's like icicles on the roof, those can fall and alert enemies to you. Or if it's really windy, that can obscure your footsteps, shit like that, which that sounds pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
The region itself is similar in size to Origin's Egyptian map, although this is based on more of like a realistic scale. They do have castles in here that will serve as the dungeons, and then apparently the quest will guide you with hints rather than directly point out your objectives. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I don't need like a necessary like a go from point A to point B kind of thing, but I don't know. Sometimes I just don't want to have to think. Maybe I just want you to think for me.
Yeah, that could go one of two ways. It's either honestly going to be really cool, or I'm going to get stuck at some point and then wander around like a moron for an hour and then get so mad about how easy it was to begin with that I just stopped playing it for a while.
Right. All right. So that's kind of the gist of Assassin's Creed Shadows. Christian, are you excited about this game? Cautiously optimistic?
I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm cautiously optimistic. To be honest with you, because I've played every Assassin's Creed game that's came out just because I like the worlds they set up and they're pretty, and some of them are depending, like when Assassin's Creed with Ezio, his world of Italy and all that, just wandering around that, it's just entertaining. And my wife actually will watch me play those games because she likes watching the background, I guess is the best way to describe it. I've been waiting for a fucking Ninja Assassin's Creed.
Ninja?
They freaking gave me Black Flag. I was pirate, not about pirate. Olympian.
Odyssey, I still have that wrapped in its fucking packaging. Like I've never opened that
You
game.
should probably never.
It's still sitting on my fucking shelf to play.
I
Right.
think it's on. I think it's on
Right
Game Pass
where it
right now. So you're
belongs.
just don't ever open that, sir. Don't do it.
What are y'all talking about? Everybody loved Odyssey, I thought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not as greatest.
I mean, you talked a lot about it when we were working together.
I mean, it was fun to stab people in the face with fucking a half a spear, but yeah,
I just want to Spartan kick him.
indeed.
This is Sparta.
I mean, I Spartan kicked a lot of people, but you know, you can only. It's like Valhalla. You can only do so much before it gets boring.
Touche. How was the last year's game or the Mirage? Did it come out last year or the year before? I can't fucking remember.
I think it was the year before.
I think it was the year before. I never played that one.
It was meh.
What about you, Chris? Are you excited about Shadows?
I'm somewhere in between. I'm cautiously excited, I guess is the best way to put it. I haven't actually been this excited to play one since Black Flag.
Ooh.
And I'm not walking into it even hoping it's going to be completely different, so I'm going to try my best not to compare the two, but there hasn't been another Assassin's Creed game like Black Flag, so I'm hoping that this will be the closest one, if nothing else. Love the era, love the backstory, and I kind of like the fact that there's rotating characters. That's kind of cool, with different, physical features, obviously, so different play styles. Seems like it's going to be very story-centric, which they usually are, but they're kind of been limited on past generational consoles on, what they can do with the videos and how long they can make them. And, with console evolution, I'm curious to see how much weight they put into that versus gameplay. But, I mean, it looks absolutely dope so far. Like, I think I am excited. Very, very excited. But at the same time, not gonna be overly surprised if it disappoints me in some way, shape, or form.
It's Ubisoft.
Right.
That's really, a lot of people talk shit about, like, it's almost kind of like a Bethesda game where
Yes,
where people talk shit about Bethesda, about how they're always buggy and whatnot. Like, it's not a Bethesda game unless it has bugs. And, a lot of people just talk so much shit about Ubisoft that I never commit to playing one of those games because they talk so much shit about them. But with that being said, I am, from the look of it, from the sound of everything that I've researched, it sounds like it could be a really, really great game, or it could be a terrible game. I'm of the mindset that I don't feel like, now this is coming from someone that, again, hasn't played any of these games. I don't think every game needs to be an open world game. I'm not saying it needs to be linear point A to point B kind of gameplay, but in terms of, do I need every game to be 70 to 100 hours? I don't. I'm perfectly okay with, if you want to make it like open zone, open world ish, and it be like a 30, 35 hour game, I'm there for it. Okay. Or even 20.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not every game needs to be open world. Not every game needs to be 80 plus hours. And from what everybody has told me, it sounds like Assassin's Creed has gone that route in the past, and that is one of the issues with those games, is they're just too long, right?
Origins.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And same thing with Odyssey. Odyssey had, 125 plus hours?
But, like, it's with Assassin's Creed, it's like a dart throw, though, man, because it works or it doesn't. Like, Black Flag was probably if you did everything you wanted to do, what would you say, Christian, 70?
Yeah,
75 maybe?
Yeah.
And I was pissed when it was over.
Right.
I've played through that entire thing twice now, and when I did the last thing I could do, I was mad. I was like, well, shit, now we're done again, I guess. But Origins and
But then you had fucking Ezio's saga. That story was there. The gameplay was meh, but the story was fantastic.
The story was great, yeah.
Which one was Mirage? Mirage was back in Egypt, right?
Yes. Mirage, and it was shitty. I mean, that's the best way I can describe it. Shitty.
So essentially, I should just play like a 15-year-old game, and go back to Black
Like
Flag.
if you go play Black Flag and then you go play fucking what was it Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and
Yeah, Brotherhood was good.
and all those because that's Ezio's saga. There's just 3 of them with just him in it.
Mm-hmm.
Those are probably the best ones to play. If you want story and you want decent gameplay, Black Flag and Ezio Saga is probably the best ones to go play.
And you can get all of those on the Switch, and they actually play fine.
Yeah.
I haven't played back through the Ezio trilogy on the Switch, but I played Black Flag on it, and if they run remotely close to the same, I mean, I never had a single bug with it. It was fine.
I remember there being a lot of lag with Assassin's Creed 3 when I played it on the Switch. It was some performance issues with it.
Oh,
But who knows? Maybe it'll work better on the Switch too.